How we doing, guys? How we doing? How we feeling after the draft? Just waiting for some people to come in here so we could talk about it. I'm fired up, man. I'm excited. How we doing? How are we doing? What's up, guys? Just waiting for some people to come in here so we could talk some Raiders. Just posting the link now. How we doing? I'm super excited about the picks. I feel like I'd be no matter what, but I'm still excited. Okay. What's going on all day? What do you think about our picks, man? I'm excited. I like them all. There's not one pick I don't like. I think the Ruggs pick, although surprised me. Okay. Well, I mean, there's not much that happened today. We got what seems to be the heir apparent for Gabe Jackson, and we got a nice slot corner. Apparently, one of the best nickel corners in the league. So that's basically what happened. Oh yeah, me too, buddy. I love him. He looks like a stud. I am so psyched up for our third round draft picks. I love Ruggs and I'm good with Arnett. I said coming into the draft that I'd be okay with whoever we took as long as it was people in positions that we needed. So if it was a wide receiver, I really didn't care who it was because I trust Mayock. And same thing with the cornerback. That's why the Arnett pick doesn't upset me or surprise me. Did I know who he was? No, I didn't. But he was a cornerback, and that's what we needed. And if that's the player that Mayock thinks can fit the system and can thrive under the Raiders, then I'm good with it, man. Same thing with Henry Ruggs. I got the players right here. We got Ruggs, Arnett, Bowden, Edwards, Muse, Simpson, and Robertson. I'm fired up, man. I love the Muse pick. Brian Edwards seems like a stud. Lynn Bowden, that seems to be our Taysom Hill guy to come in as a running back, a wide receiver. Maybe he'll throw a couple passes. That was absolutely Jonathan. That was a steal. I don't know if it was Mel Kiper or DJ said that he was the best nickel corner in the draft. Um, I'm looking at the grades here. This is just CBS Sports. A for Ruggs, B for Arnett, C minus for Bowden, A for Edwards, D plus for Tanner Muse. I don't agree with that. I think Tanner Muse is a great player. C for Simpson, and an A for, did I say Robertson? Robertson. So listen, I'm looking at this draft and I like what I see. We got two really solid corners. We got a really solid Clemson linebacker. We got the heir apparent to Gabe Jackson, and we got some playmakers. Man, we're loading that offense up for DC, and I am excited. I am super excited. So what do you guys think? Listen, I'm doing this to talk to you, not to look into the camera aimlessly like I usually do. How do you guys feel about Ruggs? Was he the guy? Did you want CD Lamb? Did you want Judy? Did you want somebody else? I was a big T. Higgins guy, but I knew it was way too early to take T. Higgins. The Bengals got him, and Burrow to Higgins is sick. I agree. DC has no excuses this year. I'm a Carr guy. I have been since day one, and I've been saying that if this year we don't improve, he's probably going. But with that being said, I think we're gonna win 10 games. Um, God, I love the Muse pick. I don't know why. I love it, and I love the Edwards pick. I I'm excited, man. And Ruggs too. Like you guys have to understand something. Ruggs fits what we needed. I wanted CD, but having a speedster, I can see why they went that route. Absolutely, man. One thing you have to understand is that you could move Henry Ruggs to slot. You could put him out wide. You could put him in the backfield. With CD Lamb, that's that's a one-on-one type guy. And with Jerry Judy, that's a slot guy, and we already have our slot guy in Renfro, so it didn't make sense for us to take Judy. I know, dude. I can't believe that I drafted Henry Ruggs like a month ago in that Madden league, and then we take him. That was absolutely insane. Um, I was thinking Ruggs or trade back, and we were apparently trying to trade back, and when we couldn't, we just pulled the trigger on Ruggs. But yeah, back to Ruggs. We could literally play him anywhere. The versatility is through the roof. Jerry Judy might be the best route runner in the last 10 years, but he plays primarily the slot, and that's Renfro's position. So listen, we're gonna have to guard him because he's in Denver, and KJ Hamler is also. I wanted CD, but we got Ruggs. Listen, I had CD as my third favorite, just because he plays in a conference where there's just not a lot of good defenses. The one good corner he went against, he only had 2 catches. But CD could be a good player. I just think. I mean, I was about to say Tyreek Hill, and by the way, Henry Ruggs is not Tyreek Hill. He is taller. He's 5'11 and a half, and he has a 40-inch vertical. I don't think Tyreek Hill has a 40-inch vertical. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So he could jump out of the gym. He's a freakish athlete. He's our punt returner, our kick returner. What are we going to run with Lynn? We're going to run everything, man. He's going to be our Taysom Hill. He's going to return punts, I think. I think Mayak or Gruden said he's going to be a punt returner. We could put him in the backfield. I mean, if you guys remember in 2010, we had Darren McFadden throwing passes for us and completing them. So if McFadden can run the Wildcat, I'm pretty sure he can come in. I was thinking maybe Mariota to be that guy to come in and like mix it up every now and again, but he is a little fragile, so they wanted to get someone who could run that gadget play type stuff, and I'm down with it. Yeah, CD did fall to the Cowboys, but the funny thing about that is I mean, that's fine. They have 3 really good receivers now, but they have no defense, and they don't have a contract for their quarterback, so I'm not really too worried about the Cowboys. Is he like Pryor? He's not as big as Pryor, and he doesn't have the arm Pryor does. He didn't really play that much quarterback. He played like 8 or 9 games at quarterback. He's more of a Taysom Hill type. If you know Taysom Hill from the Saints, that's the type of guy that we got with him. And I was looking at the schedule because our schedule's not out, but the opponents are out. And I was looking at that. And guys, I'm telling you right now, this looks like an 11 win schedule. We play the NFC South, which is a tough division, obviously. So the Saints, the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons. If we split that series, we play the AFC East. That division sucks. They're getting better, but they're not great. And then we could beat the Chargers. We could beat Denver. I'm telling you guys, we got Cleveland and Indy. We can make some moves here. This looks like an 11 win schedule, and I've been saying 10 wins. He is like another Crabtree, a good possession guy for Carr to trust, because I've been saying for the longest time, and I love Tyrell Williams. I love him to death. But and Darren Waller also, but I don't think Carr still yet has found that guy that he can just throw the ball up to. And Henry Ruggs isn't that guy either, because he's not that big. But Bryan Edwards is a big boy. And I'm hoping that we finally find that security blanket for DC, because he's been missing it ever since we got rid of Crabtree. I've liked the moves Gruden's made so far, but I think Gruden's worst move was getting rid of Crabtree. For Jordy Nelson, of all people. I mean, I like Jordy Nelson, but every time he caught the ball, he just fell over because he couldn't run. But yeah, man, I'm excited. We're loading up the offense for DC. Oh, and another thing, are we done now with like the Gruden doesn't like DC stuff? Are we done with this? Like Derek Carr's out stuff? 3 years now of John Gruden basically doing everything he can to build around Derek Carr. I'm pretty sure all these stories now of Tom Brady, I think we're going to trade him to the Bears. Are we done with this now? I think the Raiders are getting more receivers to see if DC is really the problem. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true, because I think they already know whether or not if he is the problem. You have to understand something about last year. At 7-9, we overachieved, and that's coming from a diehard Raider fan. We had a bunch of great playmakers that happen to be rookies, and what rookies don't know how to do is win games. They know how to fight hard, they know how to compete, but they don't know how to win games yet. And at towards the end of the season, when Jacobs wasn't playing, and Tyrell Williams had two frozen or not frozen feet, that's two burnt feet. Um, he was throwing touchdowns to Rico Gafford and Marcel Aitman and Keelan Doss, and I love those guys, but that's not Tyrell Williams and that's not Josh Jacobs. So all defenses had to do was double team Waller, and now Derek's like, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm throwing touchdowns to Rico Gafford, and I'm battling with Ryan Tannehill because our defense can't stop a runny nose. But just like the year we went 7-9 with Jack Del Rio, that was a young roster. That was Amari Cooper's first season. And Derek Carr said, in that year, we learned how to compete. In 2016, we learned how to finish. And this is a little rewriting of that history where in 2018, we built the foundation. In 2019, we learned how to compete. And in 2020, with a third place schedule, thanks to Shelby Harris, who was the reason we lost against the Broncos, that we're going to know how to finish now. Because we have the guys like Cleveland Farrell, like Max Crosby, like Josh Jacobs, like Foster Moreau, who have been there for a year and can teach these guys how to win games. So I really am confident that they believe in Derek Carr. He threw for 4,000 yards, completed 70% of his passes with a bunch of rookies who are good but are still rookies. Like it's crazy to me to think like if you take Jimmy Garoppolo and put him on the Raiders and Derek Carr and put him on the 49ers. You're telling me they're not going to make the Super Bowl? You're telling me Jimmy Garoppolo is that much better than Derek Carr? No. I mean, that's crazy. He was just on a team with the best defense in the league and some really, really good weapons. What's our depth at wide receiver? Depth chart? It's probably Tyrell at the X, which is the 1. And then Ruggs at the Y, which is the 2. Then Renfro in the slot. And then Edwards... Edwards, Aguilar, and then Aitman, which is so much better than Williams, then Renfro, then Aitman. And then you got Bowden, who could come in and catch a pass or two. Jalen Richard. Don't forget about Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, and Jason Witten. These are all guys now that suddenly we have like depth at the wide receiver position where last year we were absolutely depleted. So that's probably where I would have them. Don't be surprised if Brian Edwards has a really, really good camp. I don't know what the camp situation is with the virus, but don't be surprised if he has a really good camp and he gets on the field. Henry, I mean, I have Henry at the 2, the Y receiver, but they're going to put him all over the field. They're going to put him in the backfield. They're going to have him returning kicks. He's going to be on the field the most of any player on the offense or defense. They'll put him in the slot. They'll mix him up with Renfro. They'll go 5 wide. He will be playing a lot of snaps this season. Like if you guys remember how good Jacoby Ford was with us, remember Jacoby Ford? He was a stud, and he wasn't even like an amazing athlete. He was just a speedster. So if we could recreate that and then some, because we got John Gruden instead of Hugh Jackson, I mean, look out, guys. I'm so freaking excited. I'm so excited for this. And another thing, we don't have that. All right, man. See ya, Jasmine. We didn't ever have that guy to take the deep shot with. Last year, every shot we took was manufactured. Play action pass. What's that? Flea flicker to J.J. Nelson in the Minnesota game. Rico Gafford was wide open, so Derek Carr's like, yeah, I get to throw the ball deep. That's not John Gruden's offense to throw the ball deep. But this year coming with Ruggs and Edwards and Williams and Waller, I mean, I don't know how you guard those people. And this is all contingent on the fact that they stay healthy and, of course, work out as draft picks. But I don't know how you defend the whole field. I don't know how you do it. I'm super excited. I'm giving that Henry Ruggs pick an A because we drafted for scheme fit. Think of Trevor Davis scoring touchdowns for us last year. Trevor Davis. Now that's going to be Henry Ruggs. I mean, that's an insane upgrade. And John Gruden was drawing up plays for Trevor Davis, and now he gets to draw up plays for Henry Ruggs. I mean, imagine having Ruggs and Bowden in the backfield. You swing it out to Bowden, and Ruggs takes off the other side, and it's a throwback. I mean, defenses' heads are going to be spinning. Defensive coordinators are going to have a tough time game planning for the Oakland Raiders this year. Now, with that being said, I don't think we're better than the Kansas City Chiefs yet. I don't know if we'll ever be better than the Kansas City Chiefs. But we have a fighting chance now. We're fighting fire with fire. We're not trying to outsmart people anymore. We're not trying to out-scheme people. We're saying, okay, you got your speedster, you got your fancy offense. Well, we're going to build ours now too, and it's going to be absolutely insane. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you excited for next season? Is there any picks that you don't like? How are we feeling about Arnett at corner for the 19th pick? I don't hate it. I like I said in the beginning of this thing, as long as we took a corner and a wide receiver in the first round, I was happy. I do not care who they are because I trust Mike Mayock. I didn't know who Max Crosby was. I didn't know who Trayvon Mullen was. And they are studs. So as long as we took a cornerback and a wide receiver, I did not care who it was. And so I'm happy. I'm happy that we did that. Like if we took like if we took Gross Matos, I'm a Penn State boy, but I'm like, why are we doing that? We have a defensive end. If we took Jordan Love, I would have been pissed. But we took the positions that we needed because that's the holes we have to fill. And now, if you think about the roster, what are our holes? Our interior defensive line, we got Malik Collins and we got Mo Hurst. Our defensive ends, we got Cleveland Farrell, Max Crosby, and Carl Nassib. Our linebackers, we got Littleton and Kawakowski, and Morrow, who's a good third linebacker. He's not a good first linebacker, but he's a good third. Our defensive backfield, we got Trayvon Mullen, Arnett, and our safeties are Abram and Jeff Heath. And then our offensive line's great as always. Our running backs, we got a stacked backfield now with Bowden. Our wide receivers are looking great. Our quarterback's solid. Our fullback, Alec Ingold, I love him. And our tight ends, I would say we have the three best tight ends for depth chart in the league. When Jason Witten is your third tight end, how can you compete with that? Like seriously, what else does this team need right now? Like I'm fired up, and I know it's like after the draft, and like you get excited because you think every player is going to hit, but every player last year did hit. So it's hard for me not to get excited when I see we take a Clemson guard in the 5th round, and I didn't know who he was, but I'm like, that's our guard for the future because Mayock and Gruden did so good the first year. I don't know, man. Are you guys pumped up? Are you guys excited? How would you guys grade these picks? What do you guys think about the schedule next year, the record? Are we going to win 10 games? Are we going to win 14 games? Are we going to win 7 games? Is Mariota going to replace Carr midway through? What do you guys think, man? I came here to talk to you. As much as I love hearing myself talk, ask any question, I will answer it. What are we thinking? And make sure you guys give a thumbs up to the stream. It actually really does help. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I mean, this is all we do. We play Madden. Raiders franchise mode's coming out. The last game against the Chargers. We already clinched the division at 10-5, but the last game counts for seeding, so I do have to play my starters. I wanted to play with Mariota, but I don't know. That's not going to be the case. Yeah, guys, what do you guys think? I got to take a sip of my water. Ugh. How we feeling? We staying healthy? Great question, Alan. I love Tanner Muse. You know why? Because he is a linebacker in a safety's body, and he goes to Clemson, and I watched his tape, and he could lay the wood, and he's super fast. People are starting to see that Clemson pumps out nothing but quality NFL players. I can't think of the last Clemson bust, and I'm being completely honest. You could go all the way back to Sammy Watkins, I guess, but that's not a bust. He just doesn't stay healthy. Deshaun Watson, Hunter Renfrow, Trayvon Mullen. I mean, these guys are studs. Cleveland Farrell. And I'm super psyched up to have Tanner Muse. He seems like a really good kid. Like when Gruden called Renfrow last year, Clemson Raiders. Clemson, South Carolina, Alabama Raiders. SEC Raiders. When Gruden called Renfro last year to tell him he was drafted, they had like a football conversation. And that's what I saw with Muse when he called Muse. It just seemed like Muse knew what was up. You know what I mean? You could just tell when you call people. You can just tell that they are psyched up to be a Raider, and that's all I'm looking for. Like when we called Bowden and his family was like, "Who was that?" And he's like, "Raiders," and they all mobbed him. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's on Twitter. It's on all the social media stuff. But Gruden called him, and he was talking. This is Bowden, that is, and his family. And then he hangs up the phone, and his family's like, "Who is it? Who is it?" And he's like, "It's the Raiders," and they just mobbed him. And the same thing with Henry Ruggs. When they drafted, it said Henry Ruggs, Las Vegas Raiders pick Henry Ruggs. The whole family was like, "We're going to Vegas, baby." There's something about being a Raider that people seem to just love to be a part of the organization. And I love being a Raider fan. It's been tough. My whole life has been losing seasons except for 2016. And in 2016, we lost to Brock Osweiler in the playoffs. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But I love it because other fans of other teams wish they could be Raider fans. You know that. That's just a fact. And even when we like last year, we would lose a game and it'd be like, "Oh man," but then that next Sunday you're just so psyched to watch the next game. And we overachieved last year. And this year, especially with the new wild card slot, like if we go division by division, same Raider fans since 2003. Same thing, man. I'm 21. I've been a Raider fan my whole life, so I guess that's since 1998. Although my first ever memory of the Raiders was like 2005 or 6 with like Aaron Brooks. So yeah, that's tough. Like Bruce Gradkowski is like the first memory I have of us having like a decent quarterback when he shocked the world and beat the Steelers. Lewis Murphy in the back of the end zone. That's a deep cut. Does anybody remember that? But if we go division by division here, keeping in mind that there's a third wild card slot now, you have the NFC, or nope, not the NFC, the AFC East. That's probably the Bills division to win. And then I'm not scared of the Patriots, the Jets, or the Dolphins, to be completely honest with you. So I don't know if you have a wild card team out of that division. The AFC South is probably the Titans to win. You have the Texans and the Colts who could mix it up for a wild card slot there. So we'll give them one of the wild card slots. Then you have our division. Actually, we'll save ours for the last. Then you have AFC North. That's the Ravens, and then we don't know what the Browns are going to be. We don't know what the not the Bengals. Who's the other team in the division? The Steelers. We don't know how good Big Ben is going to be. So maybe that's another wild card slot. And then our division, you have the Chiefs that are going to win the division. And then the Raiders, I think, are the second best team. Denver went 7-9, and the Chargers right now don't know when Herbert's going to start. I'm not afraid of Tyrod Taylor. If you guys are, then I don't know. But I think we could easily take one of those 3 wildcard slots, and we're looking at a playoff team next year. And what sucks about next year is that we won't have games with fans probably. I think the season will start on time. I'm not a doctor. I think the season will start on time. But we're not going to have any fans. However, I think by the time the playoffs roll around, there will be fans. So if we could somehow get like a home game in the playoffs, it probably won't happen because we probably won't win the division. But if we were to win the division, let's just say hypothetically, imagine our first playoff game in Vegas is the first game back with fans. That would be unbelievable. But like I said before, I think we're going to win 10 games and get that top wild card slot or the 6th one. I think 8-8 gets you into the playoffs in the AFC. Last year, the Steelers would have been in at 8-8. Yeah, the Steelers would have been in last year if there was the extra wild card slot like there is this year. So, yeah. What else you guys want? Man, I hope this is Carr's year. Well, listen, dude. I mean, what's your name here? Keek Warrior. I'm not an expert. I just watch a lot of Raider games. That's why I don't like giving opinions on like other teams' quarterbacks. But what I do know about DC, and this is undisputable facts, is that he is a leader. If you go on his Instagram, every picture he posts, there are teammates and former teammates that absolutely love him. So players love playing with Derek Carr. Another indisputable fact is that arm talent wise, he's got a top 5 arm in the league. It's Mahomes, Rodgers, Stafford, Josh Allen, and then Derek Carr for arm strength. And he could put the ball anywhere he wants to. Jack Del Rio has said, since he's been fired, Jack Del Rio has said, if you protect him and give him weapons, he will reward you. He says that all the time on NFL Live. Last year they protected him. This year they're giving him weapons. So I don't think you have to worry about Derek Carr. Is he going to be the MVP of the league? I don't know. Is he going to be a top 10 quarterback? Yes. I'm willing to bet many dollars that by the end of the season, Derek Carr will be a Pro Bowler and be a top 10 quarterback in the league. I already think he is a top 10 quarterback in the league. Nobody else thinks that because they don't watch Raider games. There's just this like weird narrative that he sucks. I don't know where that came from. First take. But you don't have to worry, man. I'm telling you. DC is going to be A-okay. He's got weapons now. He's got protection. He knows the offense like the back of his hand. This is the first time in his career. Think about this. He's going into his 7th season. This is the first time in Derek Carr's career that he will be in the 3rd year of the same offense. That's crazy to think about. Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes. I'm just trying to think of best quarterbacks in the league. Russell Wilson, Drew Brees. What do these quarterbacks have in common? They have the offense that they had since they were rookies. Derek Carr has had to learn different offenses like every other year, and this one he said is the most complex offense he's ever had to learn, and threw for 4,000 yards in his first season with Jordy Nelson as his best wideout. Now Carr, as Alan Gomez says, has weapons all over the field. You can't just double team Waller and expect to beat us. That's why Waller wasn't playing as well towards the end of the season, because teams were like, all right, let's just take him out of the game, and then let's let Renfrow beat us. And Renfro's a good player, but he's not. I keep wanting to say Tyreek Hill. He's not Henry Ruggs. So trust me, John Gruden and Mike Mack know Derek Carr is going to be good. I'm excited too, man. I'm super excited too. They know he's going to be good. That's why they haven't given up on him, and that's why you guys shouldn't either. I'm telling you, if after this season we do not at least win 10 games or see significant improvement, like if Carr's not a Pro Bowler this season, or I shouldn't say that because maybe there's like 4 quarterbacks in the AFC who throw for 5,000 yards. That's not his fault. If Carr and the team don't show significant improvement, he's gone. It's Mariota's team, or we're drafting a quarterback. With that being said, that's not going to happen because he has weapons now. And like I said before, last year, similar to 2015, they learned how to compete. This year, they'll learn how to finish. That 2016 season, there was like 7 or 8 games that could have gone the other way. But we happen to end the season 12-4. Would have been 13-3 if he doesn't break his leg. Derek Carr, that is. So next year, the games that we lost this year because the ball didn't bounce our way, we will get those bounces and those calls because we won't do stupid penalties and we won't make stupid mistakes because these rookies now know how to play. They know how to play in John Gruden's offense. They know how to work out properly. They know how to eat right. They know how to live as Raiders in the NFL, in the National Football League. That's why when we were 6-4, I still wasn't sold on us winning the division or even making the playoffs because we were so young. In 2015, I think we were 5-3, and people were like, they're going to make the playoffs. And then, we ended up 7-9. It's the same exact thing. Guys, I'm telling you. In 2014, Derek Carr's rookie year, we went 13-3. And then in 2018, which was his pseudo rookie year with John Gruden, we went 4-12. Then in 2015, his first year with Del Rio, his second year in the league with Amari Cooper with some weapons, we go 7-9. Same exact thing happened his second year in John Gruden's offense, 7-9. It's the same exact thing. You could see the writing on the wall. Now in 2016, he's an MVP candidate, should have won the MVP. and we go 12-4. Now in 2020, TBD. I'm saying at least 10 games. 9 wins will probably get you in the playoffs. 11 wins will maybe win you the division. I'm saying the writing is on the wall. It's clear as day. History is starting to repeat itself in a good way for the Raiders. Let's just hope that there's not another injury, because that's the only problem that we'll run into. If we start out like 8-2 and then Carr, God forbid, goes down with an injury, now it's like, well, now what? What do we do now? I mean, I trust Mariota to come in and make some plays. Don't get me wrong. But I think I'm super excited, man. I am super excited for the Las Vegas Raiders. It just seems so obvious that they are all in on DC, and so am I. And he's going to show up. He's going to throw 30 plus touchdowns this year. I might do a predictions video. You know what we'll do here? You know what I want to do? Wait, hold on. Oh, what's up, Diego? I like this. I see what you're doing here. I like what you're doing here. Taysom Hill. Yep. I agree. Crabtree, Taron Muse, Isaiah Simmons, Buddy, John Simpson's. Yep. We already went all over this, Diego. I love the draft, man. You are absolutely right. He is a DK Metcalf, Michael Crabtree type. I said Carr needs that security blanket, and maybe Edwards is going to be that. I also like that corner we got late in the end of the draft. But back to what I was saying. I'm going to do a predictions video, and I need some help with the predictions video. So put some predictions in here, and I'll screenshot them, and I'll put them in the video. What are we thinking about Derek Carr's touchdown total? What are we thinking about the record? What are we thinking about Josh Jacobs' rushing yard total? Well, how many sacks is Crosby going to have? How many sacks is Cleveland Farrell going to have? Start putting some predictions in here, and I'll save them, and we'll put them in there, and we'll see how close people get. I'll start off. I think we're going to go 10-6. I think we're going to go 10-6, and we're going to be the 6th seed and play the Bills in the first round and beat the Bills. And then play the number 1 seed, probably the Ravens or the Chiefs. What are we thinking? Let's hear some predictions. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. It helps a lot, believe it or not. How are we feeling about predictions? Let's see them, boys. Let's see them, boys and girls. I'll put Carr TDs over under 24. What did he throw? 21 this year. I could confidently say over. Let's do that. Let's do over under. Alan, give me some more over unders. I'll say confidently over. I'll say 29, 28, 29. 4,300 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's a good number, though. That's a solid number. I think he's just going to have a lot of, like, screen pass to Ruggs, touchdown, like Amari Cooper back in the day. You guys remember that Charger game in 2017? No, in 2015, where we had, like, 3 touchdowns off screen passes to Cooper and Crabtree? The good old days, man, I tell you. It's so funny, too, like, just thinking about all the weapons we have now. I keep forgetting about the people that are actually on our team, like Foster Moreau, who had more touchdowns than Darren Waller. I mean, I think he had like 5 touchdowns. I think he had like 21 catches, but 5 of them were touchdowns. Like, he just finds the end zone. I'm just super, man. I just want the season to start right now. What day is it? It's April 25th. Hopefully we don't have a preseason. I mean, I shouldn't say hopefully, because, you know, we need those games to evaluate. But if we don't have a preseason, maybe we will, and they'll just push it back. I don't know what's happening. World's crazy right now. Henry Ruggs, touchdowns, over under at 8. Ooh. I'll say, man, but they're going to, okay, not counting kickoff returns, because I think he might have 1 or 2. I agree, Diego. Mel Kiper said he was the best nickel corner in the draft. Either him or DJ said that. So I'm thrilled with him. Oh, okay, let's get back to not counting kickoff touchdowns. I will say slightly under for Ruggs. I think he'll end up with 1,000 all-purpose yards for sure. I don't maybe even just 1,000 receiving yards, but for sure 1,000 all-purpose yards. I'll go 7 touchdowns. I'll go 7 touchdowns for Ruggs. Quality flex starter in your fantasy football leagues. Anybody play fantasy football? I just like swished my water right into the mic. I'm so sorry. Anybody play fantasy football? Maybe we'll do a fantasy football league. What are we thinking about that? We could just do like an all subscriber fantasy football league. Um, I start 2 quarterbacks in my leagues. That'd be super fun. If you guys are interested in that, just thumbs up, say yes, say no, say go to hell. I don't play fantasy football. I watch football. That's totally fine. Um, when I play fantasy football, I don't draft any Chiefs, Chargers, or Broncos because I just can't root for them. It's stupid. I mean, it probably is the reason why I don't really win all the time. I'm in a little bit of a playoff drought for fantasy football. But if you guys want to, if you guys want to play in the fantasy football league, let me know and maybe I'll cook something up. 8-person, 10-person league. Best Raider YouTuber? Oh, come on, man. Come on. You're making me blush. What's going on, Jody? How we feeling? How we doing? Yeah, you want to do some fantasy football? I'm down. Diego, you down? Alan, you down? How we feeling? I'll set it up. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I shouldn't call you man because I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, if you like the channel and you have more Raider friends, you down, Alan? Let's do it, man. I'm gonna do it. I gotta find a way though. Like I don't want to just post videos anytime I want you guys to know something. And I don't have 1,000 subs yet, so I can't do the. Is it 1,000 or 10,000? So I can't do like the post a poll thing. So if you guys want to go over like follow me on Instagram or Twitter, not because I need the followers. Like I don't care. I have like 7 followers on Twitter because I don't use it. I just want to be able to get in touch with you guys if I do the fantasy football stuff. Um, Jody, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Um, the links to my Twitter and Instagram are on the channel somewhere. I don't know where you find those. I think it's just on the channel page. It's like on the right side of my banner. And again, I don't need the followers. I don't care about that. I don't even use it. I just use it to contact people. Joe, the links. I think you follow. Did you follow me? Did I follow you? I'm gonna follow you right now. I'm gonna follow you right now. Watch this. I'm going right now to follow you on Instagram. Is it just your name right here? Do you have no pictures or anything? Do you have 495 followers? Is this you? Can you see that? Uh, over under 10 games. Why would you do that? I just said 10 games. Why would you do that to me? Okay, I followed you, Jody. Why would you do that to me? I said 10 games. Over under. If you're forcing me, if you're all right, I gotta follow. Thank you. If you're forcing me to pick over or under 10 games, I'll say over. But just know that I'm saying we're going to win 12. Oh, 12 games, 10 games. Um, I think to win 12 games, we're going to have to beat 3 of the 4 NFC South teams, and I just don't know if we can do that. All right, stop liking on my photos, Jody. I don't care about those likes. You don't have to like all the photos. But I appreciate it. That's funny. I think we added serious weapons. I agree. I like Turtles 82. That's a great name. I agree. Um, I don't know if you were here for the fantasy football conversation, but if you want in the fantasy football league that I'm going to do for subscribers only, let me know and go ahead and follow me on Instagram. The link is on the channel, and then we could all. Well, I'll make a group on Instagram so we could talk trades and stuff. No, we don't want to do it for money or anything. We'll just do it for fun. Yeah, if you want to do it, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Send me a message. Say it's me. I like turtles. That's me. I'll make a group. You can't find it really? Okay, well I'll post it here. Here's what I'll do. Or no, I'll just tell you. I don't even know what my thing is because I don't use it. Where's my Instagram? I don't even know what my name is. Oh, it's just Rodney RDNEY _ Laborde LABORDE. I'll put it in here for you. I'll put it in the chat. LABORDE. There you go. But it's just like me, like kneeling down, coaching powder puff football. Yeah. So I will definitely look into setting that up. So we got Jody Allen. I like turtles. Did anybody else say they wanted to? Am I missing someone? Oh, Diego didn't answer me because he's a chump. But yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Did I come up with that or did you guys? That's a good idea if I came up with it. I appreciate all those likes, Jody. I really do. I don't need them though. Don't feel inclined to like my stuff. It's totally fine. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm coming up to the 45-minute mark, which is usually where I cut off for these things. What's up, Joel? You play fantasy football? I want to start a subscriber only fantasy football league. When's my next video? Well, this one's gonna be uploaded as a video, so if this one doesn't count, I have to play the last Madden game. I didn't play that yet. I'm sorry. I usually cut them off. I got you, Alan. I got you. I'll give you a follow as well. My next video. That stinks, Joel. I mean, maybe this could be a first year if you want to play, but it's super fun. My next video will be up tomorrow or what day is it? I don't even know what these days. Saturday. So it'll either be Sunday or Monday, and it'll probably be the next Madden thing. It'll be that or me giving grades on each pick, and I'm gonna be doing that with my buddy Eric. What app will it be on? Probably the ESPN app. If you're talking about the fantasy football league, the ESPN fantasy football app. Super easy to use. But yeah, my next video will be the Madden franchise. I don't know how I'm gonna do it for how many games. I might do like the Charger game and then my first playoff game. Hopefully we have a season. Oh, we're gonna for sure have a season. I don't worry about that. There just won't be any fans. You have to remember that like baseball is tougher because there's like 1,000 baseball players. There's a lot of moving parts. Football there's only 16 games. You could test people, get them in and out. We'll be all right. We're gonna have a season. College football is different because they need students to be there in order to have the games. That's why the college football season might be in doubt. And if we start in October, hey, it's one more month. These days are flying by for me. I have a question though about does everybody in here watch the Madden stuff that I post? The Madden franchise with the Raiders? Because I have a question about what you guys want to see for the playoffs. Do you think we would trade Gabe Jackson? Maybe. As of right now, he's still the starter. I think Mayock just said that. Mayock said he's still the starter as of right now, but I think maybe. Jody, you do? Anybody else? I mean, I'll just ask Jody. But if anybody, it's totally fine if you don't. If you don't like watching Madden videos, that's totally fine. I didn't even want to post them because I was afraid nobody's going to watch them. But that's not why I do it. I don't do it for the views. I do it because it's fun. And it's just, yeah, it's fun. Okay, Jody, I'll ask you. Oh, thank you, man. Thank Alan watches it too. I'll ask you guys. Do you want my playoff games to be uncut, unedited, like full game? Or do you want it to be edited with the music and with, with the cuts? Because I will do the whole thing, one long 30-minute video for each playoff game, unedited, no music. You could see every single play. Or do you want the edited versions of the playoff run? It's up to you guys. You guys are the jury. And if you guys are split on the decision, then I need another opinion. Edit with music. Okay, Jody says edit with music. Alan? What are we thinking, Alan? What we thinking? I was hoping you weren't gonna say that because it's just easier for me to upload it, but that's okay. It's fun. Same. Okay. All right. I'll keep it with the music. I love the NFL music I use. Dun, 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 the NFL primetime music. Um, but once I have 1,000, make a live stream for Super Bowl. Maybe, maybe. I don't. I mean, when I try to live stream like with the face cam, I've tested it before. It looks super laggy because my computer sucks. Um, but maybe I could just stream the game. You won't be able to see me, but no. If you guys want to edit it, if you guys want to edit it with the music, that's cool, man. I just wanted to get a barometer. I appreciate that, Alan. Yeah, if I make it to the Super Bowl, I probably won't. I mean, since I switched to all Madden, I think I'm like, so what am I? I started out 4-0, and now I'm 10-5. So I've played 6, 7 games. Um, yeah, and I'm six. So I'm 6 and. I can't do math right now. My brain is fried. I think I'm like sub 500 on all Madden. So there's a chance that I do end up losing one of those games. Who's my favorite player from the Raiders? Derek Carr, easily. I love Derek. I've been growing up with Derek his whole career. Um, but that's an obvious choice. So I'll give you a not so obvious choice. Um, I like Eric Harris a lot. I don't know. Is he still even on the team? I don't know. I like Eric Harris a lot, and I mean, Michael Crabtree was one of my favorite players when he was on the team, and Charles Woodson was great too. But right now, it's probably Derek and then Eric Harris, and then Josh and Darren. I love them all, man. It's hard to pick. Everyone liked the stream. Yes, thank you, Jody. But yeah. Oh, you guys are sneaky. You guys talked me past the 45-minute mark. I'll go to 50 minutes, 3 more minutes, and then I gotta get some food, man. I'm starving. But yeah, I'm super, super excited for the season. Um, make sure you guys, if you got other Raider fans who don't know about the channel, make sure you guys send them the channel because it really does help. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to start monetizing. Not that that's why I do it. I do not do it for the monetizing. The only reason I started this channel was because I was getting pissed that everyone was ripping Derek Carr. So I made that video about Derek Carr. It's the first video on this channel. Please go watch it. Watch the very beginning of that video. No, it's not even 10,000. It's just 1,000, and then I can monetize. But that's not the point. But what I'm saying is, once I'm able to monetize, all that money I could just put back into the channel, so I will be able to live stream and get better. Right now, this is just my webcam. I got the mics already, but I'll be able to get more stuff once I am able to monetize. Of course, the videos will never stop. But back to the first video I did. Have you guys seen the video I did on why I think Derek Carr is the future of the franchise? Have you guys seen that? It's the first video I ever posted on the channel. The thumbnail is John Gruden like screaming or whatever. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch that because the beginning I do like a blind quarterback test. There's 4 quarterbacks. I won't tell you who they are. One of them's Derek Carr. And I show you the stats through the first 5 seasons, the first 4 seasons, and you will be surprised by how the stats turn out for these 3 quarterbacks that are very, very good players in line with Derek Carr. And then I show the win-loss record, and I get into why there is a discrepancy that nobody seems to be talking about that I did talk about earlier in this video. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check that out. Make sure you share this channel with other Raider fans. Just spread the word, man. Like I said, follow me on Instagram, Rodney_Laborde. Not for the followers. Trust me. Oh, thank you, Alan. Not for the followers, but so I can get in touch with you in case I want to maybe bring you guys on. I would love to have you guys talk Raiders with me. Also, for when's my next stream? I don't know, man. I just do these completely randomly. I got to figure out a way. Maybe I should start. Maybe I should make a. Should I make? You didn't know that was me? You saw that and like didn't subscribe or whatever and then came back? No, there's no way you didn't know that was me. What do you got to say about the new players that are joining the Raiders? What do I got to say? I love them all. I love all the picks, even Arnett. I think they specifically fit the needs for our team. As long as we got corner, wide receiver, replacement for Gabe, I'm good. I don't care who they are. That's so funny, Alan. That is so freaking funny. But maybe I will make an Insta for this channel specifically and post updates there. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because then you guys don't have to follow my personal Instagram. Not that I care. I just don't post on there. But maybe I'll do that. So yeah, I think that's it, boys and girls. Keep making the videos no matter what. Forget the haters there, and I don't know why there would be though. I got no. Listen, I love the haters. I love I don't have any haters. I'm not big enough for haters. But hey, I like it. What's funny is people like come and they'll comment like Raiders suck and dislike the video. But what they don't understand is that helps. That Aaron, what's up, man? You came right at the end. How do you feel about the move to Vegas? I mean, I wasn't initially for it. I want to stay in Oakland, but we got a new stadium and it's state of the art and there's no state tax. So that helps and it's going to be super exciting. So I'm cool. I'm with it, Aaron. Aaron, do you play fantasy football? Again, because I'm trying to get a subscribers only fantasy football league going. I got a couple people here that want to play. If you do want to play, let me know. Follow me on Instagram, Rodney_Laborde. Let me know that's you, and I'll get you in there. But yeah, I might make that Instagram. Next video is probably going to be the last Charger game. Thank you guys so much. Again, I didn't think anyone was going to. Why draft 3 wide receivers, though? Because we need wide receiver depth, Andrew. Think about last year, people that were coming in because wide receivers were going down. Rico Gafford, Marcel Aitman, Keelan Doss. Listen, I love those guys, but that's not great. Now we could have Renfro coming in. Now we could have Brian Edwards coming in. Did I say Brian? Byron Edwards? What's his name? I forget. And we could have that other guy, the Bowen guy, coming into the game. All right, Aaron, you'll follow me. Appreciate that. Yeah, depth. Exactly, Andrew. Okay, stop. I'm trying to leave, and you guys won't let me leave. God bless. Love you guys so much. Make sure we're staying productive. Go outside. Don't touch people, but go outside, get some sun, walk around, throw the football around with gloves on. Just win, baby. That's too many draft picks dedicated to one position. No, it's not. You'll see. Love you, no homo. Goodbye. That's a good reference to one of my videos. I got shrooms. I don't do shrooms. Don't do shrooms. They're bad for you. Goodbye. End me. End it.